My name is Teacher Emmaculate from Greenview Schools, Kamulu. I'll be taking you through Science and Technology, Grade 5. Learners, as we had discussed in our previous lesson, that is last term, we discussed about the breathing system. We were also able to discuss about parts of the breathing system as well as their functions. Today's lesson is about signs and symptoms of breathing problems. We have 6 breathing problems, but we'll tackle each at a time. We'll start with tuberculosis, we have pneumonia, we have influenza, we have coronavirus, we have asthma, and lastly, common cold. Let's start with tuberculosis. What is it? What causes tuberculosis? It is caused by a bacteria that affects our lungs. Let's come back to our diagram over here. We have our right lung and the left lung. So we are being told tuberculosis affects the lungs. I'll show you how it affects the lungs. So let's come to our signs and symptoms. What do you see? What will be able to tell you that this person has tuberculosis? Here are some of the signs. Number 1, persistent and prolonged coughing that goes past 7 to 14 days. Then we have chest pains. Why does someone with tuberculosis experience chest pains? Due to dry cough. The next one, we have fever. Not only fever, but high fever. Then we have loss of weight. Why does a person with tuberculosis experience loss of weight? He or she has loss of appetite. And lastly, we have sweating at night. You tend to see your bed sheets or bed covers wet at night. It causes sweating at night. So with me, I have the diagram. My right lung is very okay because it has the bronchus. But my left lung, the bronchus are infected by the bacteria. So as you can see, my right lung is functioning properly, but my left lung is affected by this bacteria. It can also be a fungal bacteria or a viral bacteria. So how do we acquire this tuberculosis? It is spread through the air when an infected person coughs, sneezes, or spits. That is how tuberculosis is acquired, through spitting, coughing, and sneezing. From there we go to prevention of tuberculosis. How do we prevent this terrible disease? We have 3 ways. 1, we live in a well-ventilated house. We live in a well-ventilated house. How is a room supposed to be ventilated? Nice and big windows, a good door. Yes. Number 2, we avoid crowded places and dusty places. Avoiding crowded places and dusty places. The third one is avoid taking unboiled milk. And why should we take unboiled milk? Ensure you always boil your milk to avoid tuberculosis. So I have one management with me. Whenever you find yourself with these signs and symptoms, how can we manage it? You seek medical attention. Kindly, whenever you hear or find yourselves with this kind of symptoms, kindly seek medical attention. As I wind up my lesson, I have an extended activity and I'm going to take you through. The following is a flashcard that Oliver made after listening to the nurse keenly. What does the flashcard say? It says, cover your mouth while sneezing, maintain proper hygiene, Distancing from people. What is the question? Which disease is prevented by observing the above measure? I only need an answer. So that will be your extended activity. So let's have a recap of our lesson. We learned there are 6 breathing problems. That is tuberculosis, pneumonia, influenza, coronavirus, asthma, and common cold. We said tuberculosis is caused by a bacteria that affects the lungs. There are several signs and symptoms. We said persistent and prolonged coughing that past 7 to 14 days. We have chest pains that is caused by dry coughs. We have fever, not only fever but high fever. We have loss of weight that leads to loss of appetite. Then we have sweating at night. And to my diagram, I showed you the right lung and the left lung. Our bronchs were okay. But what about our left lung? There are these bacteria that affect the lungs. The end of our lesson. I hope you have enjoyed. I have been your teacher, Teacher Immaculate. Stay safe. Thank you.